goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Who's Man. You already know what time it is. So this is going to be a 3-part series for each 32 teams. So there's going to be 3 parts to each team. So I'm going to do a playbook run through. I'm going to play the computer once, and then on Tuesday I'm going to put up the gameplay against the person. I'm putting up the win or loss, doesn't matter, but I'm going to run these schemes that I'm showing y'all. That way maybe y'all see something y'all like, y'all can take it out of here and use it yourself. This portion here is just going to be me running through each play that I'm going to be using. And yes, I'm going to be using a lot of formations, because if I can keep my opponent off guard for even just a couple plays, that'll be nice. And then the game against the computer is just, I guess, kind of like a simulation of me running that. That way y'all see when I'm using these plays, how I'm using the plays, and all that good stuff. So we about to get into it right here. All right, so this first formation is going to be wing, heavy run, heavy run. How I have it set up: zone weak, PA wide drag wheel, tight end attack, and then the PA cross. And then I'll come out in this stretch because it's nice to have an inside and outside run, especially with this formation and this team. This team has 2 pretty decent tight ends. They have 3 pretty decent wide receivers, and then the offensive line is horrible. So if I can run the ball as much as possible, I will do that. So obviously I know how you know how to run the ball, but a tip that I want to give people is, when you're running the ball, lay off the sprint button, especially when you're behind the line of scrimmage and all that stuff. Lay off the sprint button. Your block set up a lot better. So I'm not holding the sprint. The block, once again, Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is not great, but sometimes you can make things work. And as y'all see, 5-yard gain right there. But yeah, just lay off the sprint button. So this PA wide drag wheel, it's just nice. You set it up with the run. PA is always nice. Wow. Didn't even throw it to Jamar Chase, but I mean, hey, go and take what they give us. I'm not sprinting. Now I sprint. It's a solid, what, 6-7 yards. Usually if you sprint, that DN will get off the block way easier. So we're gonna run this again now. You just take what they give you. You know, if they bite down because of the run and then they stick with all the low routes, you take your high routes. I'm gonna run it one more time because this is like cover 3. So you take your underneath, and boom, look at that. you know, I mean, it's all set up off the run. So if you can get as many people in the box as possible, that's great. So this next play is going to be this tight end attack. I mean, it's just good. It has a good crosser. With cover 3, I like to throw those comeback routes. Sorry, I like to throw a comeback route, not a curl, but I like to throw the comeback routes. They go a little further, and it usually gets behind those purples, and it's good against man, as you see there. It's good against man. Peters is obviously a better corner than Chase is a wide receiver right now, but y'all see how that works. Tight end attack is also nice because you can throw him on a drag and you just have a high-low read. Those are going to push those zones back if they're playing a lot of zone, and you can usually get underneath the zone and pick up a nice chunk. Oops. And then also with that, if they play underneath more, then you have your A getting behind, and then the other tight end as well over top of that sample. But usually they'll take the higher, they'll give up the drags. That's 5 yards. That's 5 yards every time. You know what I mean? So if you can do that, take that. Also, you know, you let that A develop. Boom. You have a crosser right there, especially if they, if you've been killing them with that drag all the time, you take that. Now they showing me a blitz off this left side. I'm gonna run right, but it's the Ravens, so I can't really do much about that. This last play in this is this here. I like this simply because if you've really been killing them with the run, killing them with that run, then you have these crosses as you see. I mean, the crosses are nice. Not to mention, you have this underneath by Sample, and you have a nice little check down with Mixon. And that Boyd route, don't sleep on that route by Boyd. He is not fast by any means, but he gets behind the safeties sometimes, depending on how they bite. Now that Chase does come inside, but there is a few runs where Chase is lined up inside, and there's also other passes where he's lined up inside. So that is something to note. And wow, Joe Burrow. You'll see Chase is getting, open against good corners. And we're going to try this one more time. Maybe Boyd, who is not the fastest, will get open downfield. He's not. But look at that. It looks like he was double covered by the two best corners on the team. Still gets open. So that's that play. We're going to move on to this next formation. So once again, this is wing flex. I like to come out and stretch, and then I show you the different audibles I have. This is wing flex close, and then there's another wing flex as well. But HB zone, I just like to come in at something. So it can be dive zone, it doesn't matter. Whatever inside run you like the most in this, use that. I like zone. I'll come out with dive corner. And then I'll do cross country, which this play is super, super nice. That B route there is nice. If you want to put your faster wide receiver in that crossing route, you can. It doesn't really matter, I think, in this game too much. And then also like smash, because it attacks the corners on the other side of the field. So if you're coming out this way and you notice they're stacking it heavy to where they think you're gonna, be coming out on the right side, then you can easily just switch over and attack that left side. It also looks like they have a linebacker on Tyler Boyd. So what I'm gonna do is set it up something like this. And now you have a high-low. Or you can even, if you think they're gonna blitz, you can set it up like this. Now you have Boyd one-on-one with a linebacker, and he's not that fast, but he has pretty decent route running. So take advantage of the mismatches. You always have to take advantage of those mismatches. So this dive wide corner is a nice play. It's not play action, but usually, goodness gracious, Joe Burrow. And why the Bengals is boo-boo. We're gonna run this. I like this play because you take your underneath, you take your yards. Usually you get good 10 yards, 5 yards, even if they take that. The thing that is nice is if they take the underneath, you have Marlon Humphreys on him. And somehow he got open against Marlon Humphrey, but that in coming from the your inside guy is a nice option as well. Another thing is you have this corner route by Zama, and you definitely got to see, that's a wait and look one. That's, if they're not blitzing too much, you can take that. I'm gonna move on to this PA cross country. There's a specific reason why I like this, and I'll run it very seldomly because it's something that I'll only run if they come out and you notice they're using that strong safety a lot, or they're bringing a lot of people in the box. They're playing cover one a lot. This play is nice because B gets just in a nice spot, especially if they're playing cover one. Now, if they're playing cover one, you have a faster receiver. So right here, possibly it'll come out a little bit better. Of course, they blitz super, super heavy on this, but the nice thing is it's only 3 routes, so you're blocking a lot of people, but it's only specifically for cover one. Maybe they will. Oops, maybe they'll give me what I'm looking for here, which it looks like they kind of don't. But you know, you have your check down with Chase right there, and sometimes because the crosser is just so obvious, like, hey, he wants to throw this crosser, that in, boom, it sits in a nice part of the defense. He dropped it, but you know, you throw it a little earlier, it just sits in a nice part of that defense. I'm gonna run it a few more times because hopefully they give me the, as y'all see there, they give me the look. If you do think that they're gonna blitz super heavy, you can just boom. And obviously that was just a dumb read, but if you think they're blitzing super early and he gets open early, and like I said, Boyd is not that fast, but he gets open. So if y'all need to cancel the play action, cancel it. Don't be stupid and just let it run out. Yeah, I mean, most of y'all know that, but the smash, I showed y'all the smash. It's nice because I mean, look at that. You know, if they take away your corner routes, then you still have your underneath stuff, and then don't sleep on that route by Uzama. It just gets into a nice part of the zone. You have to anticipate a lot of this. You have to read what the defense is giving you. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this one more time. And sometimes don't be afraid to attack their user. If you notice they're super heavy on that on the drag by sample, sometimes you can fit it in there. I mean, I've done it. It's sketchy, I get it, but you can fit it in there. So we got wing slot. I came out in the wrong play. I usually would come out in a dive first, but stretch alert, looky. I mean, it is what it is. I noticed they have a linebacker on Ja'Marr Chase, and if you've been, you know, doing a good job running the ball, and they don't take Chase, you know, you have a solid 5-10 yards. They didn't play the run on that one, so that's why that didn't work as well. But once again, they played the run heavy on that, so you know what? That's 7 yards right there. Take that all day. Y'all know how those work. Mesh spot is nice. A couple of things you can do with this play, but once again, you got Uzama on Patrick Queen, who is super fast, still gets open. This route by Boyd, don't sleep on that either. If they're playing super underneath, you can hit them underneath. Dink and dunk is nice, and I threw that the wrong way, but that little wheel route by Mixon gets in a nice little area too sometimes. And then also Chase, kind of his defender gets picked, as you've seen a few times, just running through all that traffic. So that there is nice. This is a nice little short yardage. You know, you need a couple of yards, and it's quick. Boom. And you see there, I mean, I got a lot of yards there, but you know, if you need a quick few yards, you can hit that up. And it goes the same way to the other side of the field, but I threw it late. I'm going to show y'all where to throw this on heavy zone. Right when he gets, usually right when he gets about, and here's the sweet spot, because they're either, if you wanted to get it to Chase, you want to hit him like about right in here, like directly in between these two, your Mixon and your other drag route. It's perfect because usually you can lead them up the field and get, you know, even a few extra yards on that. As you see here, he got bumped, and I still picked up almost 10 yards. That's what, 9 yards right there. This is a nice play as well. I'll use this sparingly as well. But that route by A is nice, and then of course they're running prevent, so we're gonna run this again differently. So So the route by Uzama is nice. It gets in a nice spot, but take what they give you. If they're playing Uzama heavy and they leave Mixon, you know, in the flats, you take Mixon because it's a nice little delay route. And I will gladly take Mixon against the linebacker any day. They're running backs are a lot more shifty, and with the movement this year, it's hard. Don't sleep on this route by Ja'Marr Chase, by the way. And if he was any faster, I mean, it's that much better. But you want to be smart about the routes you take. And wow, and you see there, they occupied with Joe Mixon. You take your crosser. Double south is a nice formation as well. This play, for instance, is great. Sometimes I like just streaking Higgins, and it's just a nice clear. Good Lord, Joe. So you can either have the clear out, or you can have a hitch there, and it just sits in a nice spot. Especially if they're running man, and that's against Humphreys. So I mean, I'm showing y'all, how to really run this play really well. So there's different things you can do. They decide to take Chase, hit, these plays, they're just nice because it's set up from the run. This next play I want to show y'all is PAY drag wheel. Another crosser with the clear out. Set it up with the run. And wow. He took that so deep for some reason. But it's nice because this wheel, as I underthrew it, but the wheel is nice too, because if you have any bit of a faster tight end or better route running tight end, that route kills. And as y'all see here, and he's still underthrowing it, but I mean, don't sleep on that route. It's nice, especially if they're running man a lot and you notice it. It's gonna get open. And as you see here, that route by Higgins gets open. I mean, there's a lot of potential with this. This is primarily if they're not blitzing so heavy, but you know that they're taking up on the run. You set it up with the run and then hit them with that over top. It's nice. Bench is a great play. Right here they have a nickel package, so usually I'll just do high-low. And usually I wouldn't throw that against Humphreys any other day, but I mean, Tyler Boyd is 6'3", 6'4", so I just decided to take that. Now this route by Ja'Marr Chase is nice and sneaky, especially if you throw a drag in here and put Higgins on a streak, so they'll get occupied with that, and he just sits in a nice part of that zone, and then boom. I mean, it's nice. It just sits in a nice part of that zone. I'm not gonna go over that one too much. I mean, it's nice. Same thing with this. You have a nice little check down right there. That's 5 yards with a wide receiver who has an 85, 86 speed. So this is nice. You have your check down here. They blitz heavy, and then you have your two flanking or your two out routes there. Now, if they do box it up, just throw the ball away. Live to see another down. Or you just take your mismatch. Tyler Boyd is 6'3". I mean, big wide receivers are going to win a lot. Wow, that was horrible. Under pressure. So another thing you could do with this is put Higgins on a drag and just block Uzama if you need more time. And as you see there, it puts them in just a weird situation, especially if you just need to get the ball off real quick. Put him in there like that. So you have a high-low kind of on both sides. And I threw it early, but y'all get the gist. It's just nice sometimes. Another thing you can do with this, so a clear out. So now you have 2 clear outs, and if you want to block him, just put Ja'Marr Chase on this comeback. It's cover 3. Boom. I got hit, but you know, it puts that linebacker in a pickle because they don't know who to really. It's harder for linebackers to cover people this year. So if you have somebody like, for instance, how many yards is that? Almost 10. So, I mean, take advantage of the situation if you can. You see that Tyler Boyd has a linebacker on him. Boom. You know, you can set it up like this. Tyler Boyd has a running back. Or a linebacker. I don't know why I said running back, but Tyler Boyd has a linebacker on him. Take advantage of it. Bunch tight end. I mean, it's nice. There's only a few plays. Usually the only thing I'll do is cross drag, and you already know how many different things you can do with that play there. You have bunch, which I don't really use too much, but Z spot is nice. I run it this exact same way as I did in 21, which I guess if you had Thrones ebook last year, they showed you how to run this. It's nice. You can even, you know, boom. But there's different things you can do with this play. I'm not going to go into it too much, but if you know, you know. There's different things you can do. It's a nice play. So that's it for the single back plays. There's some plays in doubles, but I don't really get into it too much with those. It's just, I feel like a lot of these plays take too long to develop, so I just don't mess with it too much. I form. There's a few good plays in this I form. Very underrated. And I will set them up like so. Once again, I'll just throw an inside run. So PAD cross go, nice. This Y post is good. And then there's another play that I'm thinking of. It might be in a different playbook, but you have mesh. Once again, heavily on the run. So I'll just choose 95 Mike. I'll show y'all. I'll run this every so often. Cover 3. Boom. You have a high-low. And that's, what, 5 yards right there. I made Houston bite. This is just, you know, you take what they give you. So that crosser by Chase, depending on what they do, you know, if you've noticed that they've been biting up super heavy on the run, you can take this out in that deep by Chase is nice. Y post, I mean, another high-low. It's another high-low read. I don't really run this play too much, but I mean, you know, if you know how to run it, you can either do that, have something like this go on, just block your tight end, something like this, boom. And y'all see the results. I mean, you mix it up with that one. There's a lot of different things you can do with that play. I don't really run these too much, but another mesh play again. Usually you want to throw that a little bit sooner. For some reason I'm throwing that a little late. But here you go. Boom. Right there. And you see how you can lead it up the field. For the tight end usually gets all the love for that drag, and with the movement this year, it's going to be hard for them to stop and then go back and follow that other drag. So, I mean, you can take that for 5-10 yards, and then with the running back, it helps as well. So that's it for this formation as well. So the next video I'm going to put up, I'm breaking this down into 2 parts. Is, like I said, the under center, and then I'll do the gun formations. I don't really get in gun too much, although there is some nice formations in this with some good plays, but I'll usually bring out gun every so often just to mix up the look, and usually I'll still run the ball. But I'm usually under center most of the time because the Bengals offensive line not that good. Now, if you have a good offensive line, there are some plays that you can run in this, which is nice. But this next video, it should come out Friday. I'll show y'all that one, and it's just going to be the gun. And then Saturday, I'll do the game against the computer, and then next Tuesday is going to be the actual game against, online against somebody. But that's it for this first part of the Bengals playbook on the 32 teams. If y'all do enjoy content like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, hit the bell. Don't forget to do all that. And thank y'all for watching, man. I'll be back on Friday or tomorrow, 12 o'clock, noon, with the second part of this little mini scheme or ebook. And let me know in the comments how y'all liking it so far. Peace.